Hello hunters and collectors, welcome to another Road to Platinum video. Today we're going to be tackling another crab's treasure and we're going to see just how crabby this game can make me. I live streamed this game so you also get to see the look on my face when I do get crabby at said things. This is a Souls-like game. Someone saw the meme of a crab carrying a knife and decided, hey, let's make a game of this. So we meet Krill, the Ash Ketchum of hermit crabs, being harassed by a loan shark who's come to claim his taxes. Krill had no idea he was even supposed to pay taxes because that's life for you, buddy. The loan shark says, well, I'm taking your shell, so, bring it up with the queen. So with that, we jump into the big blue yonder and go searching. After some basic platforming and learning the controls, getting a weapon, which is a fork, we travel to the castle where the queen is to plead our case. The guards there tell us, no, you're naked, you can't enter until you get a can to wear, and direct us to a vending machine where we can use a soda can as our first shell. And moving along, that triggers our very first boss fight already. This is Nephro. Let's see how we do. Since we only have basic attacks, it's fairly straightforward. We just got to dodge out of his swing, dodge out of his charge, smack him. He likes to run in circles, so it's a very straightforward fight. Did he just mule kick me? Some bitch. Now at this point he's not too hard to dodge, but I'm still struggling to dodge some of his larger attacks. Oh, no. And the crabbiness factor is starting to set in early. Move, you fucking idiot. Come on! Dodge means you don't get hit by things, you fucking idiot. Oh, for fuck's sake! Fucking dodge the fucking attack! Fucking idiot. Refuse to fucking dodge it every fucking time. Finally, I was able to bring him down after not much crabbiness and only about 4 attempts. Now that we're no longer naked, we can travel back to the castle, skip this queue, people waiting, and have an audience with the Queen Crab. She explains that she just wants something shiny for her castle, so go fetch that, will ya, and I'll think about pleading your case with taxes. We make a quick stop to pick up a fishing line, which gives us the grappling hook, which is one of our main modes of traversal. During this tussle with this stupid little crab, I fall off the edge completely. What are you doing? Ah, well, I'm getting a trophy apparently. Platforming along, we come to this next area, which is our second boss fight against the polluted platoon Pathfinder. Why do you have to do it like that? Here we are taught that enemies use crushing attacks, which can break our shell, and I immediately dodge directly into one. Oh good, yeah, no, I'm so glad that auto-tracked. Since we have also learned shell spells, I've been using this Umami technique, Fizzle, which I use throughout the whole game. It's a great one. It's just like homing mines with bubbles. You just drop some bubbles and hope the enemy gets close enough to take them. I think it's quite a helpful one. I very rarely use anything else. Now the crabbiness factor was definitely running high, as I could just not quite dodge all of these attacks. My dodge was still not up to scratch. Oh, what the fucking hell was the point of fucking dodging then, if it's just going to auto-track me anyway? Finally, on my 7th attempt, I managed to get the hang of dodging him just enough that I could finally get the trophy for defeating him. Oh. Lucky little bloody crab bastard. Which also rewards me with the pearl, which is a shiny thing that the queen wanted. Following on, this leads us to the moon snail, which is where we can do our upgrades. We return back to the castle to note that it's gone grey and dark, and all the guards have started going mad. I get crabby at some basic platforming. Oh, what are you doing? Fucking idiot. Oh my god, come on. We return to the queen to discover that she is quite ill. And we start our third fight, and for me, the first big roadblock. I am still learning how to dodge these crabs. They have a large wind-up, and I always dodge too early, so take a lot of damage and a lot of deaths. Whoa. I try and get a few strikes in, fire out my magic. It seems to be the best technique that I continue using for most of the game. But this damn crab throws up constantly, which gives you poison damage and makes it quite difficult to actually get close enough to her to inflict damage. By my 7th attempt, the crabbiness had started setting in.
Yeah, great. Walk right into it, you fucking fuckwit. Quit throwing up and getting so I can't even attack you, you fucking bitch.
Whether it be my piss-poor method of not being able to dodge properly, or the queen just constantly spraying poison all over the place so I can't even get close to the stupid bitch, I was really struggling.
See how worthless this all is!
Fuck's sake!
This all is!
Fucking hell.
All
I'm
is!
fucking sick of this shit. Fuck off.
As you can see, this crab is just driving me nuts. After 12 attempts of repeatedly failing, I decided to change tactics and learn how to block and parry better. Unbeknownst to me, I haven't unlocked the ability to parry, but I didn't know this yet. So I am attempting the parry and getting crushed for it each and every time. Here's the look on my tiny brain as I try to figure out why parry isn't working. After pushing close to 20 attempts on this character, I just cannot break her. I'm going down too quickly, I can't figure it out. Crabbiness factor is running too bloody high. I need to change tactics. What do I do? Am I going to have to go and level up somewhere and come back to this fight? What am I going to do? How do I do this? Well, the option is to go into the menu and change the settings in assist mode. Of course it is. The game's default setting is hard mode, which I don't particularly think has been hard so far. I've just been playing on my own personal shit mode. This does not automatically give me an instant win. This bitch still spews vomit all over the bloody place. They still hit hard, and it's still giving me the shits. But I do finally break her. Thank bloody God. I really need to get better at this game, because I am not doing well so far. But now we defeat her, we get our first affliction ability, which I utilize the shit out of. It is my favorite ability. We're told by the loan shark, screw you, I'm going to sell your shell, come get me. And we need to follow him to the town of New Carcinia, where he's going to sell it. Now, finally arrive at New Carcinia, the main town hub area. After enduring marine wildlife puns out the ear, we're told that if anyone was going to sell our shell, there are 4 different shops to go to. We run around, look at a few shops, upgrade our fork. All 4 shops have no idea where your shell is, and that's where we're introduced to our 5th shop, which has got this fellow Prawn Nathan, who has already got his own shell as a prawn and is wearing ours as a hat for some reason. Prawns be weird, guys. Prawns be weird. Suddenly we get a rainfall of garbage come down on the town. In particular, this big box of cereal that has a map on the back of it to a treasure. Now, all the townsfolk are absolutely enraptured by this. They legitimately believe that this map is going to lead them to a treasure. This is also where we're introduced to sort of the main villain of the game, Roland. He's a bug. He's a bug who rules the town as an industrialist and sounds like an 18th century southern plantation owner. And of course he wants the treasure for himself too. So our prawn guy who has our shell tells us, you get me the treasure and I'll give you your shell back. And that is our main quest. Our main mission of the game is to find the missing map pieces on the back of a cereal box that lead us to the treasure. So our first stop outside of New Carcinia is the sands between, where we're told that we need to stay on the path lest we be eaten by the local monster. I immediately take a step off the beaten path and am meted with Pagurus the Ravenous. Now, I'm not afraid of no monsters in this game, so I decide, yeah, now you know what? I'm going to give him it. I'm actually going to fight this guy now. Screw it.
Oh.
Oh, see.
This is good eating.
Oh. Well, the inevitable happened, and Pagurus eats me, and I just can't even get crabby. It's funny. He ate me. I wasn't expecting it. He's the Ravenous and he ate me, and I still didn't see it coming. It was funny, but I decided to move on, and I'll attack him later when I'm a bit more powered up. Heading into the expired grove, I came across this snail and got a trophy for it. For finding a racing snail. This is a DLC trophy, actually, which I was just not expecting. I just saw a little snail there and went to check him out. But we move along and get surprised by yet another boss, another dirty scumbag boss. who utilizes gunk, which is just irritating. Like, are all bosses just gonna spray gunk all over the bloody place? I can't get near him because he does 2 attacks. He either sucks me in and kills me immediately, or he spits goo all over the bloody map, so I can't get near him to fight the fucking prick.
Get out of the fucking shit, you fucking idiot.
The best way to fight him was a war of attrition. He spits out these little guys, which you can kill in 1 hit, and that builds up my meter so I can just keep bubble mining him. This diseased tumor of a fish, lycanthrope, you see, because he has lichen on him. Stupid, ugly, bloody fish. But after what seems forever, he finally goes down.
Good.
Moving on, we come to our next boss. This is the imitation sushi crab. Intimidation crab. Not really intimidated by this guy. He's one of the few bosses that so far hasn't decided to spray gunk around the fucking map, so I can actually fight him properly. And I'm mastered the art of dodging him fairly well. His big hit combo actually doesn't do as much damage as I would think, and I was able to take him down without getting crabby once.
Oh, down he goes. Intimidation crab. Not today.
Following his defeat, he actually leaves a piece of the map behind, so that's 1 of 3 so far. Following my successes in the Expired Grove, I head back to the Sands Between to fight Pagurus, the Gilded Lily of a Crab. Like, come on, mate, you've already got onboard weapons. You didn't need to attach a knife and fork to those weapons. You've already got weapons. Like, okay, whatever. This time, thankfully, I'm doing a little bit more than just chip damage, and I finally take down the big bad monster of the Sands Between. And he gives me another piece of the map. Everything's coming up, Krill. Now that we have 2 pieces of the map, we need to get our 3rd and final piece, and that's in the Flotsam Vale, which is just a big garbage dump filled with, oh, you guessed it, muck. So much of this muck. Oh god, I think I love this game. What a good idea this was. I mean, I really sincerely hope that the next boss utilizes muck, gunk, whatever you want to call it. I really hope they utilize it in the biggest fashion possible in this game, because I would just love that. And so we come across the next boss, which is the Scuttling Sludge Who Gives a Shit, who shows me a thing or two about how much I don't know about this game. Nothing I do is effective. I cannot dodge this guy. I cannot block or parry this guy. I just suck against this enemy. I've also unlocked the hammer ability now, which means I can attach a piece of junk to my fork and use it as a hammer. This gives me slower attacks but more powerful attacks. He shields himself well. He barely gives me an opportunity to open up and get a few attacks. Just can't dodge his stuff. And even if I do dodge, I dodge right into the gunk. What a shithead of a boss. Don't. You fucking idiot.
What are you doing? I'm not telling you to do these things. Out of the fucking way of the fucking gunk, you fucking idiot.
After several attempts at just sheer aggravation, I managed to knock this Splatoon reject down and get the trophy for defeating him.
Oh, I got him. Nice.
Also, further along in the Flotsam Vale, I found the Valve shell, which is my new favourite shell. It is quite tough and sturdy, makes me a little bit slow, but it was clearly the best shell so far of the game. Still in Flotsam Vale, still looking for the 3rd piece of the map, I come across this pair, the Savish sisters, another boss fight, which I was a little bit unprepared for. At this point, I'm utilizing the refined method of strong shell and strong attack, means I don't have to bother parrying or dodging enemies anymore. This is clearly not true, as I am taking severe damage and still coming to terms with my heavy attacks and my slower range. I just couldn't kill this enemy. It was always out of my reach. Just
get closer and do an attack for Christ.
And so they killed me. Returning back to them, I made sure I was right up in their face when I was doing these hammer attacks. None of this just barely reaching bullshit. I'm gonna smash them good. And smash them good I do.
Yeah, as it bloody should be.
And just beyond that boss fight is where we find the 3rd and final piece of the map. I returned to New Carcinia to return the piece of the map, and I also went inside this building, which is the museum, and that popped a trophy for me as well, part of the DLC trophies. So we returned the 3rd piece of the map to the cereal box. Then we have to go back to Flotsam Vale because we need to catch the boat to the barge where the treasure is hidden. But of course, once we get to the boat, it has no electricity. We need to find power to power up this boat, which means returning back to that place that requires a power socket.
I don't think I wanted to plug myself in, guys. That's probably asking for trouble.
And eventually, after lots and lots of platforming up all the electricity walls, we come to this hole in the ground, and what could go wrong? Let's enter this hole in the ground, see what happens. Of course, it's another boss fight. We all knew that was coming. This is where we meet Voltai, the accumulator, an electric eel that's using all the power to power weapons. I actually love the design of this eel. It's got power sockets installed in its body, so it's using those to utilize machinery to attack. Once again, I use the method of who gives a shit, let's just hack away. This actually might be the first boss that didn't give me the shits at all. I don't think I got crabby once. You bastards. Oh. Wouldn't be a boss fight without a little bit of muck added to it, but that barely changes this fight at all. And in the end, this eel goes down, no problems. Upon defeating her, we get her ability to use electricity. So we can now open up inaccessible areas of the map. We can also go back to that boat and charge it now that we have the ability to turn power on. And although we are the only person that has this ability, all the denizens of New Carcinia decide, no, they're going to jump on the boat with me. No, guys, no, find your own fucking way. How about you find your own bloody way? I turned this boat on with the power. I put all the effort in. Krill even voices this fact. Like, no, I did everything, so how about you all shove off? But they all promptly ignore him and get on the boat anyway to head to the next area. So the boat leads us to the next area, the mouth of the drain, where the treasure is supposedly kept. It's kept in a giant barge, which is a pinball machine for us mortals. But upon arriving, we realize that Roland and his henchmen are already there. And Roland is not going down without a fight. Roland hits hard, and he hits frequently, and he's got a lot more range than expected with his attacks. Heal once, you little shithead. Oh, fuck off. Now, Roland completely owned me. This was a brutal ass fight. Jesus Christ, come on. Don't. And despite all the crabbiness that this guy was instilling, I realized I can't brute force this guy. I need to learn a proper method of actually fighting him. And just sit back and watch this. Get out of the fucking way. Don't just fucking stand there and... Don't fucking do it. Whoa, Jesus. My health was... We defeat him and get our venture crabalist... Venture crab... Are you kidding me? Really? Venture crabitalist. Roland is defeated but not actually dead, and he decides he's still going to winch this treasure out of here and screw the rest of us. Krill, finally having had enough of doing all the dirty work for everybody, attacks and causes the barge to capsize down the drain, sending everybody down into a whole new level of existential terror. So we've all fallen down off the waterfall, and we awaken in the bottom. We come across Firth, one of the citizens of New Carcinia, who's absolutely fucking livid that the treasure is not what it seems to be, which, wait a minute. Did a map on the back of a cereal box legitimately lead to what seems to be millions of dollars of actual currency? Now that's some prize in a cereal box, right? Continuing on, we are now in the dark, murky depths of the ocean. Of course, there's going to be scary anglerfish that we all know and love from the depths of the ocean. This is the worst part of the game. I hate this fucking level. I hate this whole area of darkness, and you will be introduced to the most hated enemy in the whole game very soon. But first we come across another bonfire shell, and psych, it's actually another boss fight, Petrock the Mimic, hiding as a save point. You shit. And in a reverse of the Roland fight, he squished me good right as we were both down to a whisper of health.
Don't do it. Don't do it, you fucking dog.
Having learnt his attack patterns second time around, and I was getting better at parrying now, so we took down the false moon. I returned to the moon snail, and by now I had enough to unlock Way of the Hermit, which is one of the branches of the upgrade tree, and in the same setting was also able to get Way of the Predator, which is a second branch of the upgrade tree. I also ducked into the shop that sells shells and shell insurance and bought some of that for another trophy. Heading back into the Unfathom, the dark abyss below, we are introduced to the worst enemy in the game, the stupid telephone crab.
Fucking hell. Move. No. Stop with this fucking bullshit. All this fucking bullshit.
I had stupid cuttlefish trying to hypnotize me at the same time as I had these heavy bombing attack crabs.
Fuck's sake. Fucking hell. Is there any fucking way to get around that? Or do you just have to fucking take it? Fucking kiss my ass. Fucking game. Just wants to be a cunt for the sake of being a fucking cunt.
So my method was just to bolt past it all. Screw it. Life is too short to be fighting stupid enemies that can't be dodged. We come to this area that is clearly a boss fight, and yet, look at that. It is Inkerton, the crab hunter, the squid, who is the right-hand enforcer for Roland. And we have actually come across him earlier in the game. He came across and attacked us in the Flotsam Vale, but after taking about 20% damage, he leaves again. So this fight is actually not too bad, because I knew what to expect this time around. I knew his attack patterns. He is very susceptible to being parried and blocked.
Oh no! Oh no! Ow.
This was another fun fight that did not give me the shits much. He likes to run around, he likes to hide behind his ink, back away, let him come at you, parry him, he goes down quick. He thinks he's a lot tougher than he really is.
Ah, the teeth bit me and I got... Okay. Alright.
Now we come to the old ocean where even the small enemies are starting to give me the shits.
Fucking move. When I hit the dodge button, you fucking do what you're told.
Here's a depiction of me losing my shit. I got stuck in this stupid little polystyrene square area for a little bit. Got abusive towards the game because no matter what I could do, I couldn't escape from it. Even saving and reloading the game, I just couldn't make it. Eventually I managed to get out, rappel my way out. I'm traveling along, came to this area, decided, yep, nah, I can't get up there. That's clearly a dead end. Remember this place. I went back to the moon snail and got the final trophy, Way of the True Crab. And here we meet Campsha, the crab that decided to go with the toilet theme a little bit too much. He's actually quite a fun boss. He doesn't move around much. He pretty much just sits in his throne. The brute force ability is my method. I just kept smacking him. What could go wrong, really? And upon defeating him, we get another trophy. But of course, being a late stage boss, there is a whole second phase to him. This reborn version should actually be easier to defeat since he is just nothing but the soft, gooey center of the main crab. So he should go down easier, right? But he doesn't really. He's about the same. He just moves around a lot more. It was halfway through fighting this crab that I realized, oh, the reason there's so many dentures around is because dentures get flushed often. That's why there are so many teeth around, right? So at this point, we're pretty late game, and I've upgraded almost everything. Kansha, the second version, goes down almost just as quick, and for once I actually, instead of having a crabby attack, I have a giggling fit.
Yeah, I thought the eel playing with the vibrator was weird.
We decide to go for a flush, which drops us in the bottom of the drain, and terror personified. And we come to the bottom of the drain, where we come to full existential terror as a boss.
Doesn't it just make you want to fucking scream?
Oh no, sorry, no. It's not called that. It's called the Ocean's Agony, because that somehow makes it less terrifying. Like, I'm glad that we're fighting the personification of the ocean's agony. Microplastics are bad, everybody, all right? The ocean's in agony. It's pissed. That's the moral of the story, maybe. Throughout our travels in the Unfathom, we've been hearing disembodied voices of some sort of existential terror that lurks in the depths, because where else is it going to lurk, obviously? And it seems that prior dubia, the ocean's agony is that thing that's been speaking to us, like full existential terror. Defeating it for the first time, where it is puppeteering chitin.
This one twice as well. Ah.
Oh, and the second phase of this thing is called the Final Scream. Now, admittedly, I didn't realize that this thing's health just goes down. So this boss fight is actually just surviving until it dies. I thought the altar in the middle actually had to take damage. So I'm running around it, trying to encourage these glowing balls to pop on the altar, thinking that was actually taking its damage down. But eventually the Final Scream lets out its final scream. And we get the trophy for defeating it.
That hurt.
Right, so now that we've hit our point of no return, I decide that I do want to return because there are still a couple of boss fights that I missed. So we return all the way to the Shallows, to the very beginning of the game, and find the Royal Shell Splitter to take him out. Now, I've already fought regular guys like this. I didn't realize that he was actually a boss. A lot of these early stage bosses become regular enemies later on. We take him out because we're OP as shit. Moving on to the Expired Grove, find an enemy completely hidden behind a giant gunk waterfall, because why would I have thought that that was somewhere to go? And we come across the crab, who none of the other crabs like, because he wears noodles on his head. Can carbonara curdle? I assume it can, but I mean, imagine the smell. Anyway, despite being quite overpowered, this guy was still no pushover, but he went down, like they all go down. On the other side of the curdled village, we come across this area, and this can't be good. And I'm so glad that I am overpowered upon finding Grovekeeper Topoda. This guy, I feel like he would be an absolute skill check if you came across him earlier in the game. But he goes down and actually becomes a friend and offers... Wait, I could upgrade these things, this whole... Oh, what? And then we head back to Flotsam Vale for our final boss, which is the Consortium, which consists of about 2 fish, 2 potato cakes, 2 dim sims, minimum chips, and maybe a crab stick or 2. And this is actually probably my favorite boss in the game. This one isn't just a smack it until it drops. You've actually got to break the knots on it so it can escape. Of course, because we're still in Flotsam Vale, this damn thing still wants to try and lure us into the gunk, and I'm not falling for it anymore. Buddy, alright? I'm not doing it. You come to me, alright? That's what I'm going to ask for next time. It's the seafood equivalent to a pizza with the lot.
Oh, that was easy.
So I needed one more adaptation to go and get, which is the Urchin Toss, which is hugging this urchin in Newcarcinia lower crust. I don't know how many times, and I don't know how anyone figured this out. Why would you just keep walking into this bloody thing in order to get an... I don't know. I don't know who figured it out, but whatever. It's done. And that's another trophy.
I never would have figured that out.
Next up, I went back to Topoda to do a trial with the warrior, and I decided to give myself the gun shell so I could unlock this Kills the Crab trophy. And finishing at one of the trials of the warrior also unlocks a DLC trophy as well. Next up, all I needed to do was get 2 more keys so I could fully upgrade my fork. That meant, unfortunately, travelling back to the telephone crab's domain, this time shooting them all with a gun, because I'm not putting up with that bullshit again. But I finally grabbed the last key, and we go back and upgrade our fork all the way, get another trophy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, do it again, you fucking idiot. What are you doing, you fucking idiot? Oh my fucking god, you fucking moron.
Next up, we got to get all the shells. I've gotten 52 out of the 69. Ha ha ha, 69 shells. A chunk of them are over in the shop, so I go and buy about 7 or so of them. Then float around to the other few levels to get the missing ones, including the gacha capsule, the sock, the game cartridge, the special coloured shell. And then we come back to a familiar place in the old ocean, which I remember distinctly saying, oh, that's impossible, you can't go that way, that's just clearly a dead end. Well, it's not a dead end, it's actually a platforming segment.
Oh, you dumb shit. Fuck you, you fucking Ted. Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, this is gonna piss me off. Oh, you fuck. Keep it up. Fucking keep it up. Don't.
But at the end, we found the helmet shell, and that gave us the Soulslike trophy. You know, Soulslike, it's a pun on that game, Mortal Shell. Very funny. And still missing 2 shells. We're actually hidden in the Matryoshka doll. You've actually got to wear both the large, medium, and small. Very clever to unlock all 3. Now all that's left is to head back to the point of no return and finish the game.
No, fuck off. I don't want to fucking fight you. Fuck off.
As we come to the end, we discover Firth, who is one of the randoms from town, has decided he's going to take the magical rainbow shell and become a god with it. And okay, whatever. He creates a huge big teleporting vortex. We end up on the surface of Trash Island. Dick. And you know what this means. This is a boss fight. We got our fork at the ready. Firth's got his magic spoon. No one's playing a game of knifey spoony here. It's forky spoony. And Firth's not too bad. I just go back to my standard hit them as hard as I can method, which actually manages to split Firth's shell, but that only increases him, and now he becomes the avatar of waste. Now that's a title I'm not sure I could get behind. And now Firth comes with a few more magical skills and attacks, but these aren't too bad. I'm focusing so much on fighting him that I'm completely not even trying to avoid damage. I am just hacking away blindly and boldly till this goes down, finally knock him down and reclaim the shell for ourselves. And Krill absolutely loses his shit. And I mean, muscle shocker. That's an insult if I ever did hear one. Scruffy looking muscle shocker. Yeah, it works. It kind of works. So the shell, the special magical rainbow shell breaks as we smash Firth down and cause all this trash to rain down on New Carcinia, which the citizens love because they just love trash. They're just filthy trash people that love to live in trash. We see Firth. Firth's had a bit of a change of heart. He's begging for forgiveness, but gets immediately Monty Python stomped. We go to Prawn. Nothing. Say, dude. And he said, go screw yourself. I'm not giving up this shell for nothing. And at this point, reneging on the deal, we have no time for this guy's shit. So, kill him. And he ragdolls in nothing. And that's where we get our shell back. And that's also where we get the plat.
What word comes to mind when you think of the earth?
Alright, even though we have finished the game, I decided to start New Game Plus just to unlock that last trophy for that. Made it to the moons now to purchase a sigil, to get I'm Moving Different trophy, and then making my way all the way to New Carcinia to increase my stowaway capacity for the final DLC trophy, and that's 100%.
Alright, that was another Crab's Treasure. Despite my raging, it really isn't that bad, certainly not compared to other Souls-likes. It's quite fun, and it's definitely worth your time. But on that note, I'm going to leave it here. Thanks for watching and, like, share, subscribe, all that jazz. And as always, don't forget to check behind the waterfall.